And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the YPN Hot Seat. My name is Dakota Jordan. I'm the owner of Dakota Yoga and a YPN steering committee member. And today I have the greatest honor of grilling my friend James on the internet. So I'm excited for this. So, James, tell the people hello and introduce yourself.
Hello, YPN. It's James Gaspar with Interstate Office Products. I'm a member of the YPN steering committee, and I am a co-chair of the social team. So I get to play in all the fun parties, our mixers, our recent golf tournament. That was a lot of fun earlier this week. So glad to be here today.
We are excited to have you. So, people have already started this process of grilling James, which we are excited to have. So, I already have some questions locked and loaded. But if you're out there watching and you would like to ask James a question, please drop it in the comments below. And then Kayla in the background, Kayla is back. Woo woo. We'll throw it up on the screen and we will ask James. You said nothing was off limits, correct?
We'll see as we get there.
He's taking any and all questions, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. He cannot deny your answers. Ask him whatever you want. So, I'm gonna start it out with because I know that your office is downtown. You spend a lot of time downtown. You also you're like kind of famous through the burger battle, through how much red meat that you consumed in 1 month. So the people want to know what your favorite downtown restaurant is. And I think that's a good place for us to start.
It's tough because I don't want to leave anybody off the list. My absolute favorite place to go downtown is Fiero's. Nice little pizza. I do like a white pizza there, chicken and bacon on it. Can't go wrong. It's just like a good fast food that's just amazingly delicious.
Do you get it delivered to the office or do you walk over there?
I walk. Yeah. No, it's like if I'm gonna go eat 1,000 calories of pizza, I need to at least do a little bit to get there, right?
Get a walk-in. Would you get that walk-in in the middle of a blizzard? I mean, that's like 2 blocks from your office, right?
I've worked here for 4 years and I have never once ordered delivery. So
okay. All right.
Rain or snow, shine, whatever.
James Gaspar is ride or die for Fiero Pizza. The question that everybody wanted answered. So let's get into some of the questions that I'm supposed to ask before we ask everybody else's fun questions. So tell us more about what you do. And I know that's a lot of things for you. So you can talk about your job or all of the volunteer things you do in the community or kind of a combination of all of that.
All right, I better start with my job so that I don't piss off the bosses. But I work at Interstate Office Products. We're an office furniture interior design firm located in downtown Sioux Falls on Main Avenue. We've been here for about 50 years. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. In fact, we have a party coming up in a couple of weeks to celebrate it, so we're looking forward to that. And I do business development primarily here, on top of a lot of other hats. I am the third generation of my family in the business. So Grandpa started the business. He's since retired. He retired about 20 years ago, and my dad and my aunt took it over at that time, grown the business immensely since they took over, 4 or 5 times what it was when they took over, when they started. So it's become, we're market leader, serving Eastern South Dakota, Southwest Minnesota, Northwest Iowa, as well as serving our local clients at locations across the country. So really cool business to be a part of. I started here 4 years ago, a couple years out of college. I had a brief stint in HR in the manufacturing world before I came here. And so at the time, I was ready to look for a different job at the time. And Mom and Dad were like, hey, why don't you just come join the family business at this time? We could use I had a background in accounting and human resources, and they needed accounting clerk / take over the HR stuff because my mom didn't want to do it. She's our CFO. She was tired of doing HR. So I came in at the time, was doing that. And then, over the last 4 years, I've done a variety of different things, just what needed to get done at the time, kind of thing. So been in operations, help with our supplies business, and as well as occasionally going out on a furniture install here and there because sometimes the job just has to get done. So now my role is primarily sales, and that's kind of been the overarching thing throughout, but bringing in new business, working with our interior design team and our account managers to really make sure we're getting the right solutions for our clients. So that's my work that I do. And then in addition to that, yeah, like I said, on the YPN steering committee. So I joined the YPN, when I first started working in Sioux Falls after I graduated college. Didn't really get involved for the first year or so, but figured it would be a good way to make new connections, just some new friends. Even that's how Dakota and I have become friends, is through the YPN, and then from there, to really use it as an avenue to grow our business and engage with new potential clients. So my involvement with YPN has been a huge part of my career and my growth in the community. It's led to different volunteer opportunities. I just finished up a big fundraiser for the Bishop Dudley House called Taste the Goodness, and next year I get to take over and chair the whole event. So I'm looking forward to that. That was also Dakota's fault.
I was like, side note, I got you involved in that. Oh, you're welcome.
And then earlier this year was part of the Forward Sioux Falls campaign. So I've had a busy couple months, looking to settle down on the community stuff a little bit and focusing on work, but it's been very fruitful, and I know that stuff always comes back around in a positive way for your business too when you're engaging in those community activities. So I don't mind doing it, and it's a real pleasure to get to do.
Yeah. So that is, you got a lot going on during the day, but you also have a wife and 2 cuties at home. So tell us more about your family.
Yeah. So I married my high school sweetheart. My wife
Aww.
Josie and I started dating when we were seniors in high school, went to college together, got married right after college, thought we'd wait a few years to have kids, decided, who needs to wait? So had our son right away, 23 years old, had our first kid. And then we have a 4-year-old boy, his name's Michael. And then my daughter turns 1 in September, Annie. So got a couple of cuties at home. Wife just started staying home with them full time. So she gets to hang out with the kids. I get to have fun at work all day. So,
and they are cute. They are cute kids. You don't have any. You're in your dad's office, so you don't have pictures hiding.
I don't have pictures of my children here. No.
Wow, that's Grandpa. You need to tell Grandpa to step it up.
That's what I noticed. He needs a 10-year-old family photo back here. I was like, maybe need to do a family photo again.
Yeah, I feel like even if you didn't have pictures of your kids, like Grandpa should. Grandpa would be the one to have the pictures. So
I actually invited my wife to come in last week. I'm like, hey, I have all these screens here that you can tack some pictures onto. I'm like, please just load them up. So I have 100 pictures of my children now. And I never previously had any pictures of my kids in the office for 4 years. So finally have pictures now. And yeah, you can see like the wall back here is a little bare. We just finished like a really big remodel project, and those like finer details like photos and stuff like that just haven't landed quite in place yet. So
that's okay. It happens. I mean, you're only gone for 8 hours a day. It's not like you're going to forget what they look like, right? I mean, supposedly. Okay. So tell us, what is your favorite YPN event and why?
Favorite one event. I don't know. Like a favorite event that I like to regularly attend is the seat at the table events. It's always cool to get to hear from a community leader that has a lot of experience and wisdom and has been around the block once or twice, and really has been part of why Sioux Falls has become as successful and as great of a place to be as it is. We've had the seat at the tables with leaders from our health systems, leaders from our banks in town, with the mayor. I mean, I've been to with both mayors, prior to Paul, Mayor Huther. So I mean, that's a really cool event to get to some face time with those people that have made Sioux Falls the way it is. As the social team chair, I can't sell our event short though.
I thought you were going to say off the clocks.
Our golf tournament is a really fun event. We just had that on Wednesday Wednesday this week. And that's always a good time, always sells out really quickly. Everyone loves that event. So it was cool to be a part of organizing that. And then our Kringle, which is our Christmas party, that's coming up on December 9th. That's another very fun event. Get dressed up, beyond your typical work happy hour attire, and come out. And this year we're going to be at the Old Courthouse Museum. So we'll have, music and drinks, and hors d'oeuvres. It's a fun time to socialize and, kind of relax a little bit professionally and just more have fun. So
can you tell us who's catering? Do you know who's catering the event yet?
I believe we're going to have Chef Dom's and JJ's.
Nice.
So Chef Dom's for the food, JJ's for the drinks.
Who is the entertainment?
That is not done yet.
To be determined. The Kringle is by far my favorite YPN event. I have the best and most absurd memories from YPN Kringle's past. So yes, December 9th, mark it on your calendar. Yes. Party of the year. Here's a heavy hitter. What's your favorite candle smell? The people want to know.
I'm not really a candle guy.
Oh, really?
I mean, I've always liked like the vanilla, basic, something that smells nice.
You look like you would like vanilla candles.
We don't like candles now.
Well, I mean, I feel like, can you light? Well, I don't have kids, so like, is the whole like children candles thing like?
You don't leave candles where a kid could reach them for sure.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
And also, like, what if you accidentally leave it burning and then you burn your house down? Like you fall asleep with the candles burning and tips over and.
Because it just falls over. That's what candles do. Is they just fall over. Do you leave like the oven on, or do you have a gas stove? Do you just like leave the gas stove on?
Yes, I'm the worst at that. I leave the oven on literally every single time.
So let it be known
running gag in our house. So this is why we don't do candles.
Candles are not going to burn down James Gaspar's house. Him leaving the oven on is going to. So quit making cookies, man. Yeah. No more late night cookies for you. What is your favorite late night snack? This is my own question.
Late night snack. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm like, if I want a late night snack, it's like make some chicken wings or something like that. Like, like
just like pop them in the air fryer.
Yeah, like we're gonna eat healthy.
I like to make s'mores in my house as late night snacks, but not even necessarily the s'mores. I just
I'm not really like a late night snack person. So like my wife is like every night like popcorn or ice cream or something. She loves it. Me, I'm like I'll just go to sleep. I don't think I'm hungry.
That's why you're so fit. That's why you're so fit. Yeah. Did you hit your PR yet? By the way, James is working on a deadlift PR. No, everyone, these are important things that you need to know about James Gaspar.
Yeah.
I love
no deadlift PR yet.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you wanna,
we gotta heal up first, and then we'll.
If you want to ask James to coffee in a month or so and ask him about his deadlift PR, I'm sure he would be thrilled to tell you about it.
My goal deadline is by April to hit it. So
okay, you got some time.
Building towards it.
Got some time. So tell us, outside of business development, outside of being involved in making the community a better place and deadlift PRs and chicken wings, what do you enjoy to do? What do you love in our city? What do you do for fun?
Well, 2 kids, so usually it revolves around them. We like going to the zoo or the butterfly house or the park. Like Sertoma Park's a great park to go to. Just get outside. It's been a lot of kid stuff. So we like the zoo a lot. It's nice. We have annual pass and just go hang out, look at the animals. Annie's getting to that age where she's going to enjoy seeing the animals too. So they have fun. Nice.
Do you guys ever do Washington Pavilion?
My wife takes kids there. Yeah. I've only been there once or twice with them, but it's nice. It's very fun too. They have it's way more fun than when I was a kid. Like they got all these this farm and this dinosaur thing and yeah.
I remember. So let me tell everyone a story about James that relates to the Washington Pavilion. So we went, James and I, our friendship was not solidified, I would say. We were acquaintances, young professionals. And we had an event at the Washington Pavilion in the Kirby Science Center. And I remember like we were like all of us were like going, hanging out and like playing on stuff. I think I like climbed on the rock wall and different things.
I laid on a bed of nails.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we laid on the bed of nails. That was fun. I think I still have video or at least picture of me laying like levitating on a bed of nails. But then we had the option to go to is it the Cinedome? Is that what it's called?
Cinedome, yeah.
So this is the only time that I've been in there. And it was Beauty and the Beast. And James sat next to me and sang every single lyric to every single song. And I'm still friends with him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's another we're Disney people in our house.
Big Disney people.
We been there several times. I mean, we've pretty much gone there like every year since we've been married. It was like, oh, we'll go to Disney occasionally because my wife is a big fan, and then it ended up being like every single summer to Disney. So,
I mean, if you got little kids, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, we went this year. I think that'll be our last trip for a while since Josie's doing the stay home mom thing. But we have fun. We like Disney.
big Disney fans. I will never forget that memory. And Destiny, I think Destiny was there, and I don't remember who else was watching the movie with us, but good times. Mm-hmm. So on a more serious note, I like this question. What leadership skill have you developed most in the last 12 to 18 months?
So one that I've been working on or trying to be better about is like just general listening. Like, I mean, understanding the root of like what someone's concern is or what they need done or what they need help with, to be able, just working diligently towards that, to know what their problem is so I can better help them address it. And like, listening beyond just what they're saying, but like the nonverbal cues and stuff like that, to be able to really address the issue as necessary.
What do you feel like has helped you with that, or what helped you identify that as a need?
Well, I mean, I did Leaders of Tomorrow through Think 3D, and they're great. Vonnie and Tammy. Actually, sneak peek, I'm going to be speaking at CultureCon.
What?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Oh my gosh.
You can't get any more tickets because they're sold out, but hopefully you have a ticket already.
Well, I think I'm on the volunteer list.
Yeah.
Me and Nate Bosco-John were discussing this morning. We're like, we think we're on the list, and we hope so because we didn't buy tickets. So if not, I'm sneaking in.
My CultureCon topic is unrelated to this, but through Leaders of Tomorrow, Vonnie teaches his power coaching method. He's actually, I think, going to be talking about that at CultureCon, so you'll get to hear about it more there if you're not familiar with it. But it's really about looking at leadership as coaching, not just as I'm the boss, I'm the manager, but we're a team, and I got to help you be the best you can be. And so part of that was like learning how to listen more effectively and really understand what people are saying. So Leaders of Tomorrow, great program. I had a little rough go of it because I went through it last summer, and so it's kind of like some in person, some online. The whole COVID situation was a mess. Particularly as we got into the fall last year or so. But it was a good experience, and got to learn from my peers as well as learn from Vonnie and Tammy. And so highly recommend the Think 3D guys, Leaders of Tomorrow program.
As do I, which I feel like I've talked about it with a lot of people here before. So in that, because I know, did you ever do Author of My Life with Tamian?
No.
Okay. So there's a mentorship program. So if you go through the LOT program, there's an option to do mentorship afterwards with Tamian. And he puts you through the series that he has created called Author of My Life. And so you kind of put numbers in different areas of your life, like your relationships, personal, career, stuff like that. And the whole point over the next 90 days is to get that at least 1 to 2. Like, can we bump that score up? So to take kind of that method in your listening skill that you were trying to build, where would you say that you started, and where would you say that you are now?
1 to 10 or
1 to 10.
okay. I probably was like a 4 or a 5, and I would say I'm more like a 6 or a 7 now. So, you know, still feel like I have a lot of room for improvement, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, I think I've been more attentive and, less internally focused, more externally focused.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. We don't often listen to listen. We listen to reply. I feel like that, Instagrammable quotes that are everywhere, but it is, I think it's a good one to remember that we aren't just listening to be able to have a response to people. We are listening to hear them because that's what they want from us. So, I'm going to sneak over here. I saw a comment pop up from Nicholas. James, looking great, sir. Don't egg him on. Glad glad to hear you're doing well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the importance of self-care and mental health in young men. I
Yeah,
like
I mean, Dakota can think back to when she first met me. I've had a huge glow up.
he has major glow up right here.
I used to be fairly overweight and like um, you know, was not very healthy. I quit drinking about 4 years ago and lost a ton of weight and started working out. I'm in a much better place physically, now than I was then. And that I think physical health is so big and extends beyond just the physical nature of it, but it extends into your emotional and your mental health and your spiritual health. I mean, everything. The better you feel, you got to take care of you first, and the better you feel physically, the more that's going to ripple out into the rest of your life. I'm currently going through a coaching program with a guy named Tom Morgan, which if you read on SiouxFalls.business, there was actually a story about him earlier this week. But he runs the Vistage program, which is like the CEO executive coaching program in Sioux Falls. I'm going through a program with him called Dream Manager. It's based off of Matthew Kelly's books. Matthew Kelly is a Christian author. And it's the whole point of the program is about achieving your dreams. But the baseline of every single session we have together is checking in on your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual health and looking at those and saying, how are you feeling today? And how is that going to affect our session? And how is that affected how you're coming into this and what you're thinking about and all that stuff? So, it's so valuable to think and look in on yourself and say, hey, how am I feeling today? Because if you're not in a good spot, whether it's physically, say you've been neglecting your diet or you haven't been to the gym or whatever, that's going to kind of weigh on you mentally. It can cause a lot of stress, as well as emotionally. If you're not feeling good about yourself, how you look or how you feel, that can make you start to have internal strife and problems and stuff like that. So it's really important to focus on yourself and self-care, for men as well as for women. But getting physically healthy was hugely impactful to me, in just my personal life, beyond into my productivity and efficiency in my work and in everything. So I highly recommend focusing on yourself before you try to help go out and do everything for everyone else.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So what would I've had this conversation with a couple people of, like what is self-care, and for you as a man, like, what is it? Like, what does self-care mean to you? And does that vary on the day? Is it something as like, I'm getting a haircut because I want to look good, or like, I'm going to go to therapy because my head's messed up? Like what does that mean to you? And what have you done? And obviously working out has been a big one for you, but what else, like, specifically could you talk about?
I mean, I've been blessed to have fairly strong mental health in my life. I mean, I've never had struggles with anxiety or depression or, anything like that, which, I mean, then plenty of people around me that do struggle with that. And so it's always been hard for me to have empathy and to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my wife, has had significant anxiety issues and postpartum depression after having kids. And I struggled for a long time to be able to relate to her and to like, I'm like, just don't be sad. Like, why are you sad? Just be happy. It's easy.
That's how it works, man.
It doesn't work that way, apparently. So, I've been blessed to not have to deal with that in my own life. But self-care for me has always been, not always been, but in my adult life has been about, I always start my day, go to the gym, because if I don't, I'm not going to go in the evening. And it's just, that's where I have the time, because I prefer when I come home after work to be able to spend time with my kids and my wife and or just on the like mental decompression and not have to worry about, oh, I forgot to go to the gym this morning, or I was too lazy to go to the gym. So that's part of my daily routine. Definitely always feel way better when you eat healthier. You feel better, not just on like your diet, but like financially too. Like, if you go out to eat or whatever and have like, hamburger, cheeseburger and fries, like you're just wasting money. Whereas you could have just, had something, healthier for you, like chicken and broccoli at home. So, I think the self-care is a lot on the exercise, diet, stuff like that. The purely just for myself, self-care is like I get a haircut every 3 weeks because I like to have my hair looking the same, fresh, good look. Gotta have the, see, it's a little long right now. I got a cut scheduled next week. Had to make sure my hairdresser was going to be back. Her son is on the little league team, so she's been out in Pennsylvania for a little while. He's pitching on Saturday, Maddox Munson. So shout out Maddox.
Nice.
Let's go. But yeah, I get my hair cut very often. I like to get like pedicures, that's nice. Just nice to be pampered,
I love that you get pedicures. It's one of my favorite things.
We need to drop the stigma for men on self-care.
Preach.
Also,
Preach
go to
it.
yoga. Go to Dakota Yoga. She's a good instructor.
James is one of my biggest fans, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah, you come to my yoga classes.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you're breaking down that barrier.
Stretch.
Yeah. Nobody stretches. Come to my class. Cool. I love that. Thank you for having that conversation. That's a good one. This is going to be another one that I feel like is really good. Who are a couple individuals in Sioux Falls that have made a significant impact on you personally and or professionally, and how did they do so?
Well, aside from like, the obvious like close family, parents had a pretty, big impact on me upbringing wise and joining the family business and being a part of that. My wife, we've been together for 10 years, so she's helped me grow and become a better person. A couple people in the community that have been impactful to me. Nathan Stalinga, he is the director of Dakota Abilities. He's an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce. And so I met him through the chamber, and he's, just the way that he approaches the community was something that really like influenced how I got involved in the community, in the business community. And then as well from the YPN, Chris Filsinger was the chair of the YPN a couple years ago. He's a great guy. He's always been a good model for me on how to be a good leader, not just in community, but he's been a leader, and we go to the same church. We go to St. Catherine Drexel. He's been part of the community there. He's a good leader in his family. He's got a couple kids, so just try to surround myself with good people. You're a great leader in that I watch you and I do the opposite.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. No, like I mean, you've been you've been a good friend and like Destiny, just like people that have a lot of go get it in them. Like, you always want to be able to like strive for the next best thing, and you just really have a strong passion, and that is something that is good to watch and model.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All this mushy stuff. Okay, so I feel like we don't normally like ask this question, but so I'm assuming that a lot of people out there watching are probably YPN members, some young professionals, maybe some people who aren't. But what would you tell them about, I mean, because how long have you been an adult in this community now? How many years?
I don't know. I'm 27, 4, 5 years.
Okay.
5 years. Yeah.
So you've, walked around the block to get Fiero pizza a few times. So what wisdom do you have to share with other young professionals in the community about, I don't know, being the best Sioux Fallsian that they can be? Because you seem like a pretty great one.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of people ask, like, you know, how do you get, these opportunities? Things like, I mean, I was a member of the Leadership Sioux Falls class last year. I was part of the Forward Sioux Falls campaign this year. I mean, big opportunities to engage with leaders in this community and really like build your name and build your brand. You just got to put in the time and be present. If you wanted to get into those spaces, I mean, all those connections for me came through YPN, through being a part of this community, the YPN community, demonstrating competence and ability and leadership in that group, leading both from a position, as a member of the steering committee, but also leading as a peer and a member, doing things that aren't necessarily asked but are needed. And so I just you got to keep your eyes open for what opportunities are out there. When you demonstrate your competence and your ability, you'll get the opportunity to do bigger and better things.
So put yourself out there, people.
Yeah.
Just go out there and do the thing. You can do it. We believe in you. We've done it. It's great. I had a question in my head and I feel like I forgot it. Dang it. Okay, well, we're getting to like 30 minutes. But yeah, I mean, there is technically no time. I just,
We can do this for another hour. It's
30-ish minutes, whatever. What I do always ask this one, and then we can go to, I remember the question I was going to ask. What is it that you want to brag about or tell us about, or like, here's the soapbox. Please stand on it and tell us about whatever it is that you want to tell us about.
like I can promote something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Interstate Office Products. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary. And we also just recently remodeled our showroom. And so that's been a 1.5 year long remodel that I got to take charge of. And it was a lot, but we've made it through and we're on the other side. And so we are celebrating with a ribbon cutting and an open house on September 9th. So at 4:00 p.m., not 4:30 as the typical chamber ribbon 4:00. So if you would like to come and see our new showroom, you're certainly welcome to. You can say hi to me. I'll be there. So
perfect. I may or may not be there. I might be on a plane. We haven't decided yet. So Interstate Office Products, if you don't know, has cool functional furniture. Their stuff is amazing. At CultureCon, if you go to CultureCon, are you guys still sponsoring the space afterwards?
Yep. So we're going to be hosting the post-party mixer space. So we're going to be filling it out with our furniture and kind of telling the story of why we design the way we do and why we use what furniture pieces we do. So it's going to be a really cool space to experience. You can see our furniture. You can also just come to our showroom anytime if you're looking for something new. So
chairs aren't just chairs, people.
Yeah. There's a difference between the $100 Staples chair and the $1,000 chair from Interstate Office Products. I mean, there's a difference. We also do have $100 chairs if they're not.
That's more in your budget. Okay. So James and I could probably talk to you forever, but you probably don't want to listen to that. So we are going to go to rapid fire questions before we wrap things up. So it appears that I copy and pasted exactly 19 rapid fire questions. Are you looking at them? Quit it. Stop looking at them. He's cheating. So I'm going to ask you these questions. You cannot think about your answers. You just have to give an answer.
All right.
Okay. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Phone call or text?
Phone call.
Toast or eggs?
Eggs.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Ice cream cone or snow cone?
Ice cream.
Mobile games or console games?
Console games.
Music or podcasts?
Music.
iOS or Android?
iOS.
Form or function? I don't like this question.
Everything. Aesthetic.
Pop or indie?
Pop.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Swimming or sunbathing?
Sunbathing. I'm
High
very
tech.
cold right now. This is not, apparently I've not been doing that.
You're doing a lot of sunbathing lately. I
I
look
got
more
a trip to Phoenix booked in a couple months, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
Look
it
like
up
you need
there.
some sunscreen.
So,
High tech or low tech?
high tech.
Big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
New clothes or new phone?
New phone.
Rich friend or loyal friend?
Well, you're my friend, Dakota, so
What'd you say?
I said you're my friend, so I guess it's loyal.
Wow.
I
I feel like you were supposed to be in the hot seat today, and I feel like I'm the one getting burned constantly over here,
Yep.
just in flames. Roasted. I'm gonna host. I have this other question to ask. I'm gonna host a James Gaspar roasting party to get you back. Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Downtown or west side?
Both.
No.
Work downtown, live west side.
I know. That's why I asked. You gotta pick
Downtown.
one. Downtown. For real. Okay. Perfect. Well, that is all of the rapid fire questions. I do like to end on this question. If you had either one piece of advice that you wanted to give everyone, which we kind of already did. So we're going to skip that one. Favorite quote or piece of advice that you would want to pass on as we leave everyone today?
I just got reminded of this one today, so I have to say it. So my dad gave this piece of advice to my cousin when she was younger, and high school was the hardest thing ever, or middle school was the hardest thing ever. And he said, life is not that hard. Just do what you're supposed to do and you will be successful. And that has been the piece of advice that has stuck with our family forever, because it was hilarious at the time, but it actually had good meaning. So
all right, there you have it, people. There's your golden nugget
life
for
is
the
not
day.
that hard.
How can we connect with you if people want to hang out with you more? Don't know why they'd want to do that.
All of our YPN events. I am at most social events, or I try to be if I'm not too busy. So you'll see me at the Off the Clocks, morning buzzes, power lunches. You'll see me there. You can connect with me on social, Facebook or LinkedIn. James Gaspar. There's my email.
Wait.
Right there below.
There.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop. Email him.
Or stop into my office and say hi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, thank you so much, James, for hanging out in the hot seat with me
You're
today.
welcome.
This has been
Thank
fun.
you for hanging out in the hot seat yourself.
Thanks.
You're the one actually sitting down. I stood up, so that's.
Are you in a standing desk right now?
I am standing. Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at you. Freedom. Yeah, I'm sitting in my queen chair that I got here. So that is all we have for you today. We will be back next week with another YPNer in the hot seat. I'm not sure who it is, but someone will be here. Come back at noon. And if you are interested in being in the hot seat, you can reach out to us. Call Kayla. Call Kayla. She's missed you all so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could pop her in here. Kayla Heising is back from maternity leave.
Hey!
Yes.
And now
I'm very happy to have Kayla back. We had Holly Rader and Casey Berger filling in while she was gone, and they did awesome. But we really, really missed Kayla. So
I'm happy to be back with you guys. You're the best.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Goodbye, everybody.